Hello friends, my name is Dalit Soni and you are watching InNews by Drishti IAS. In this video, we will be talking about a shift in the government's stand with respect to the recruitment policy in railways. In 2019, government has come up with a merger plan wherein different services has got merged into one service, that is Indian Railway Management Service. It was done to make sure that the resources are utilized properly and there is no bureaucratic hurdles in the working of the railways. But then recently it was seen that government has taken a U-turn in their policy and we will be seeing why. So let's start our discussion. In today's video, we'll be discussing these 4-5 you can say issues over here. We'll start with the news and then we'll move to the next step, that is pre-merger structure. Okay. As I told you that merger has happened in 2019, so we'll be seeing that what was the case before the merger. After that, we'll be seeing the background of the IRMS reforms in 2019. Then we'll be seeing the issues post 2019. Once that merger has happened, we'll be seeing that what kind of issues it has faced, what kind of concern it has. Okay. Now after that, we'll be talking about the proponents and the critics of the reversal. We will be looking at the pros and cons of this initiative which has been taken by the government. Okay. Now in the end, there will be a practice question for you which you have to attempt and answer to me in the comment box. Okay. So let's start our discussion. Before that, I would like to make this announcement that our GS Foundation course are being commenced at various dates on these centers at Lucknow, Prayagraj, Jaipur and Karol Bagh on various dates and times which are mentioned over here. So you can directly visit the center to get enrolled, or you can call on this number, that is 8010440440. Okay, again 8010440440. For any query, you can call on this number or you can directly visit the center to get enrolled. So let's start with the discussion. So first thing here is that what was the news about? Okay, U-turn on the railways recruitment policy. The government on October 5th, 2024 reinstated the recruitment of railway officers through both UPSC Civil Services Examination and Engineering Services Examination, reversing the 2019 decision to recruit through CSE alone for the Indian Railway Management Services. Okay. Now here, when we are talking about the this particular, you can say, step which has been taken by the government, earlier what used to happen is that the recruitment used to be done by two different examinations. One was UPSC Civil Services Examination, okay, sorry, Civil Services Examination, and second was the Engineering Services Examination. For the non-technical, this exam was there for the non-technical staff, and for the technical staff, this was the Engineering Services exam was there. Okay. Then they have gone for the merger of this and they have started to take only single exam, that was through Civil Services Examination. They have to, go for the recruitment for the IRMS. Okay. Now government has taken a step back and they are going for the previous regime. Okay. Now let's move forward and see what was the pre-merger situation. So there were two kind of services were there. One was your non-technical service. Okay. In the non-technical services included Indian Railway Account Service, Indian Railway Traffic Service, Indian Railways Personal Service. Okay. So for that you had the Civil Services Examination. Okay. And then there was the technical services which comprising of your civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics and communication engineering. Here you can say there were 5 branches which were there. One was Indian Railway Service of Engineering. Then second was mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, signal engineering and the store services. Okay. So these were the 5 services which were there, for which exam was Engineering Services exam. Okay. Through which these technical posts used to be fulfilled. Okay. Now coming to the next part, that is basically the background of the IRMS reforms in 2019. So that merger has taken place in 2019. Here you can see in December 2019, the Indian government approved the unification of 8 Group A railway services in a single entity called the Indian Railway Management Service. We have seen that technical and non-technical services combined into 8 services which were Group A services, and they have merged into Indian Railway Management Service. Okay. This merger aimed at addressing the departmentalism, ensure smoother operations and create leaner bureaucracy within the Indian Railways. So they wanted to utilize the resources at max and they wanted to reduce the hurdles of the bureaucracy in that. So that is why they have actually gone for the you can say merger. Okay. What was the goal behind it? The officers from the both technical as well as non-technical services were to be recruited through the UPSC Civil Services Examination, that is CSE, instead of earlier dual examination which was CSE plus ESE. Okay, so engineering service exam was to be removed and only civil services examination was there for the recruitment of both technical as well as non-technical staff. Okay, now coming to the next part, wherein we will be seeing that what has happened after 2019, that government has taken a step back from their policy. Okay, so let's see what were the concerns over here. Crippling shortage of the technical officers. Once they have gone to the civil services examination, you know that civil services examination is not an examination of you can say experts. It is mostly of a general nature. You will be having generalists and not the experts. Okay, or you can say you will not be having the technical expertise over there. Okay, now once the civil services, through the civil services examination, whatever vacancies were fulfilled, now these people had the various background, not necessarily from the engineering background, so they did not understand the technicalities of the engineering over there, and that is why there was this hurdle. Okay, crippling shortage of the technical officers. So these are the officers which has been, you can say, recruited through civil services, but they did not have that kind of technical expertise. Okay, difficulties due to the absence of the specialist engineers in the in roles requiring technical expertise. IRMS recruits were generalist in nature, and reliance on them left a void in the technical departments. Okay, so that was one issue. Second was the field posting delayed. Okay, now once these after 2019, since there was this change in the regime, so there was this delay in the postings. Okay, despite recruiting 2 batches of the officers under IRMS 2022 and 23, none of the newly recruited officer has received field posting, leading to operational challenges. Okay, so that was the second issue. Moving further, the third was basically related to your, I guess this is the same point which has been copied over here. Anyways, the third was basically, the thing is, these are creating a gap. Now when we are talking about the people who are having this shortage of technical officers, now who will face the burden? So those people who were the promotees. Okay, promotees, or the person who were actually you can say staff which was already there. Okay, now these people who had the you can say experience, okay, now they were facing the issues because they had to bear the burden of this shortage of the vacancies. Okay, so that was the issue, because of which the government realized that they have to go back to the older regime now. Okay, now if we talk about the proponents of the reversal, or you can say those people who are talking in favor of the reversal, here you can see some railway officials argued that this decision was need of the hour, as the merger was you can say hastily implemented without sufficient consultation. So earlier they are saying that in 2019 they have gone for a hasty decision and they did not consult the railway at that point of time, and that is why this decision was need of the hour. Then second is, the shortage of the technical officers has created an operational challenge, and restoring ESC recruitment is seen as a necessary move to fix the issue, because we now need more and more technical staff, and that can be done by the engineering services examination. Okay, now obviously for the technical issues you need to have the experts over there, and who are the experts? Engineers are the experts in that particular field. Okay, so that is about the you can say those arguments which are in favor. And when we talk about the critics or the argument against it, here you can see concern has been raised about the future of the officers already recruited under the unified IRMS system, with some fearing a loss of morale among these officers. Now the thing is, what will happen to the 2 batches which has already been recruited? In 2022 we had 1 batch, and in 2023 we had another batch. Now what will happen to the fate of these officers? Okay, so this is the you can say one negative about this particular reversal in the decision. Okay, so we have discussed all the important things with respect to the pro, cons, what was the reason behind the reversal, all these things we have discussed. Now there is this question for your practice. So let's see the question. Why did the government decide to reverse the IRMS merger into 2024? Okay, so they are asking you why they have decided the reversal of the merger. Okay, to reduce the number of officers in railways. Second is due to shortage of technical officers in the railway system. To increase recruitment of non-technical officers. To unify all Indian civil services. Okay, so basically this is the question. You can attempt this question, read the options again and again, then answer to me in the comment box. Okay, with that I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.